Hello everybody, my name is Splurge, and today I'm going to be doing a tutorial on Photoshop CS6 on how to make your webcam look a bit nicer like mine. So yeah. So in my videos you might see a little border like the one that is now up right now. Well, it should be up. I hope I edited it in. Like this big blue border around my webcam. It looks rather nice. Some people have said like, HomerDoesGaming. Yeah, so today I'm going to show you how to make one. And I'm going to be actually making Zach's. So, yeah. Let's go. Right, so go and get your nice handy little picture of Zach's mug. Let's have a look. Oh, look at that lovely little face. Right. There we are. Right, you don't have to zoom in that. You don't have to zoom in that far. Right. So what you want to do is make a new layer. So yeah, layer 1. If you want to, you can just like you can name it if you want to, like border. So you want to select the very. If you want like a bit out around your like face cam, then I'd select right on that line. So you select the whole face to start off with. Then you press Alt on your keyboard, and then you try and get it quite thin, because thick ones don't really look that very nice anymore. I test that out, and I think the thin ones actually look a lot better than the thicker ones. Alright, so I guess that'll do. So you should now have 2 lines. To get those 2 lines, you must press Alt. If you don't press Alt, then it will just delete the old line, and you'll only have 1 line. So you want 2 of them. So you get your colour. In my case, Zach wants this colour, this like yellowy colour. I think I will just change it though quickly, slightly. Right, okay, so then select your layer. Make sure you click inside the lines, and there you go. You should have just filled that with whatever colour you want. Or you can, if you don't want them dotted lines anymore, I don't. So you could do Control D, or you could go to the Select tab and press Deselect, which is what I'm going to do. And there you go. It's all. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. That that probably looks worse than what you started with. So right, okay. So here we are. We now have our nice little border ready to start editing. So let's go to blending options. You can change the colour if you would like by doing Control U. You can change it by doing Control U and like changing the hue here. Doesn't matter really what colour you can choose. You can change at the end if you want to. Blending options. I'd pick the default blend. Right. The default depth is okay, so I'd keep the depth as at like 100 or whatever it was, and I'd just turn this down. Well, I would recommend, if depends, you just want it to make it look a tiny bit beveled. You don't want it overly beveled, because then it gets rid of the effect. So for this sort of size, I would recommend like 5, 4, something like that. Right, now we're going to go to stroke. You only want the slightest stroke. I would recommend just a 1 for this, just to give it that extra little, you know, we might get rid of the stroke at the end. Depends whether you like it or not. Then we're going to go to gradient overlay. Now this is really, you're going to have to kind of mess around with this to try and like mess around with the rotation and whatever you want, because this is quite hard to get right actually. It might look a bit easier than it is. But yeah, this is quite hard to get right because you don't want it. So turn down the scale a bit. I like to put it on a diagonal, and then we're just going to turn down the opacity to what we think looks nice. Then I might just move it again just so I can see what works and what doesn't. For this sort of colour, I'd say 35%. That looks okay, I guess. And then we're gonna, mine's 85 degrees, 121 scale, and opacity is 35% for this. For me, depends what you, again, it depends what you want to do with your colour. It depends really on how big you've made it, what colour it is, and so on. And if you don't have this gradient already selected, click on the gradient you do have selected. Click on this one, black and white. This is the one you want right here, black and white. Just click OK, and boom. Next, we're going to go on to the drop shadow. Now, this is incredibly hard to get right because if you mess this up, then everything looks quite bad. All your hard work has gone to waste. Right. All you can do really on this is just mess around with it. I guess if you get it wrong, then you get it wrong. But I would recommend for this colour, I'm going to go with size 10 and spread 10. 0 distance. You do not want distance on this. The distance will make it look. In my opinion, distance will make it look pretty bad. So I get rid of distance most of the time. Once you've done your blending options, we can close that. Click OK, and they will all be saved. Now, just zoom out to see if that's definitely what you would like. If not, you can go back into blending options and edit them. So now we're going to go to a new layer and select your text tool. Let's just zoom in again because I would to zoom in just do Control and the plus. And now we're gonna, so just under your name, oh my god, that's a massive font. Go to dafont.com so you can get some more fonts. They do a ton of cool fonts on there. Just type it into Google, dafont, or go to dafont.com and you can get as many fonts, which is where this font comes from. You can search it up if you want, Molot, if you'd like this font. It says up there. I've got a ton of cool fonts. They've got millions on there. There's absolutely loads. So go check all them out. Right, okay, turquoise. I'm just going to put it as for now. I might edit these and just make it slightly blue. You can do this if you'd like, just to jumble up the letters a bit, make them a bit of mishmash sort of thing. Right, now you've done that, select your layer, your text layer, and right click and blending options again. Bevel Emboss I would recommend again because it is such a good tool. If you don't use Bevel Emboss, I would recommend it highly. It is good for text, very very good for text. Right, so I'm just going to bring my size up to 5 for this sort of size font, and depth I'm just going to keep as default 100%. Right, stroke is very important on the text. You must make this text prominent. For this, I've put size 2 stroke because this looks okay. It works with this. You could add a gradient overlay. I do this quite a lot of time actually. What I'm going to tell you to do though is make sure you clicked on black and white and drag this one right here to about 49%, and then drag the other one to 50%. Or if you can go that little bit bigger and just go to 49 again, then that'd be amazing. If you drag them right both into the middle. Right, so you should have something like looking a bit like this. If not, then I don't know what you've done wrong. So let's drag the opacity down. It just gives you that little that nice little look that I don't know what that looks is. It just shades it a bit. Yeah, I like it. I like it. Right, here we go again. The drop shadow. Bring the opacity up to 100, which is what I always do. I don't know why I do that, because I know that some YouTubers don't actually do that. I do it though. I don't know why. I think it's just like a habit. You just gotta mess around with this. It depends. Like, I am gonna give this one to Zach, but I don't know whether he'll use it. He might just use this tutorial to make his own, out of his own colours. But yeah. Right, on this I've put the distance to 0 again. You must make sure you put that distance to 0. In my opinion, it does ruin the text, I think, slightly. So spread 22% and size 16 I have put. This might not be the same with your text. You just have to play around with it and just change the settings and things like that. Now, if you'd like to change the colour of the border, then you can do so by doing Control U, and you can just like slip and slide the bar along to whichever colour you would like. There you go. If you just zoom out to make sure that's all right, and before you save it, delete the first layer, delete the image behind your screenshot, delete the screenshot. There you go. You should have a background like that. And the reason I took a screenshot was so you can fiddle around with the size, so you know what size it is. So yeah, there you go. There you go. Now you can do Control S and save that. Zach's mug overlay. If you'd like to edit this in future, then just do PSD. And there you go. So thanks for watching. Comment down below on what, if this helped you, and what I should do next time maybe. And if you're stuck with anything, just tell me. And make sure to smash the subscribe button, because we'd love to see more of you. The more the merrier, right? And yeah, give it a like if you can as well, because there's a lot of things to do, you know. A lot of things to do. But yeah, see you guys. Bye.